All right, good evening, everybody. This is Logan Reichstad from the Channel 3000 digital team. It is just before 9 o'clock here on April 5th, Election Day in the spring here in Wisconsin, and we wanted to log on here and show you a little bit of some of the early results that we're seeing. Now, polls closed just over an hour or so ago here at 8 o'clock Central Time. They had opened at 7 o'clock this morning, and wanted to point out here, turnout is a little bit lower than in other elections. My colleague Will Keneally, our political reporter here at News 3 Now in Madison, said that about 4 o'clock this afternoon in the city of Madison, the city clerk's office reported that turnout was about 14%. That's down from 21% at the same point last year in 2021. We are monitoring about 150 races here across southern Wisconsin, ranging from school board races to mayoral races, a number of referenda, and of course we're also watching the Milwaukee mayoral race as well after former Mayor Tom Barrett was named the ambassador to Luxembourg in Europe. So the race is on to replace Mayor Barrett in Milwaukee. We've got this wonderful page built over on channel3000.com. You can follow along as well. It's right at the top of our homepage. You'll see a bar that says elections, and you'll be able to click on this and see all of the local results as well. Why don't we pull up some of them here and show you just a little bit of what we're seeing here at this point. Of course, these results are still early. We are, just as I mentioned off the top, about an hour after the polls have closed. We're still seeing a number of these races showing early results or no results here at all yet. We'll give you kind of a quick scroll through here as we monitor some of these races here. We've got Beloit School Board, Clinton School Board, Deerfield School Board, the DeForest Windsor School Board. We'll scroll through some of these a little bit more quickly here. Dodgeville School Board, Evansville, Janesville. As I mentioned, about 150 total races ranging from school boards to mayoral races as well. One race we're watching, of course, here in the Madison area is a contested race for School Board Seat 3 in the Madison Metropolitan School Board here. There's two candidates on the ballot here, Laura Simpkin, Shepard Joyner, as you can see with these early results in here. Laura Simpkin at an early lead at this point. Allie Muldrow, a current school board member, also running for re-election, closing around 90% or so of the vote here. She's facing write-in challenge. One individual running as a write-in is David Blaska. Of course, as you see here, we've got a significant number, about 3/4 of precincts reporting here, but Allie Muldrow is ahead by quite a large margin in the race in Madison. A number of other races here. We've got McFarland, Middleton, Cross Plains. And again, if you want to follow along, we have this page here on channel3000.com. Just go right up to the top on the homepage, and there should be a bar that says elections, and you'll be able to follow along. That page will be up there, regardless of whether we're streaming here, regardless of whether we're on the air on News 3 Now and WISC TV as well. Why don't we give a quick scroll through the rest of these results here. Again, just as of about 9 o'clock Central Time here, we'll finish scrolling through these alphabetically school board races across southern Wisconsin, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the other races that we are watching throughout our region and other parts of Wisconsin as well. We wrap up with Waunakee in the school board, and now we'll scroll right back up and hop over. The way we've got this set up is school board races are all lumped together here, and then we have referendum questions and then other races here by counties within the southern Wisconsin area covered by WISC TV. Let's go ahead and pull up. We're also monitoring, of course, multiple screens, trying to make sure we've got all the different races here pulled up for you from across the area. So we've got multiple screens we're watching along here to make sure that if any updates come in while we're doing this, that we are able to bring them to you here live. We'll start with the Milwaukee mayoral race here. Cavalier Johnson, the acting mayor since former Mayor Tom Barrett went to become the ambassador to Luxembourg, ahead by quite a bit here. I heard just a few minutes ago that Bob Donovan, his challenger, was speaking just a few minutes ago to supporters in Milwaukee. You could see about 97% of precincts reporting in Cavalier Johnson, ahead by quite a bit of a margin here. It looks like 37,000 to just under 18,000 votes for Bob Donovan in the Milwaukee mayoral race. We'll flip over to referendum questions now here. Some of these, again, we're not seeing any results from yet because it is still early. It is only an hour after some of these polls closed here in the state of Wisconsin, about an hour and 5 minutes or so ago. We'll give you kind of a quick scroll through here so that if there are any races in particular you are watching, you're able to take a look. And I'm going to pull up our Facebook feed. If you're watching us on the News 3 Now Facebook page, you can comment if there's any specific races you'd like us to highlight here, and I can pull those up and let you know. We've got somebody watching us from Portage here. Chime in again if there are any local races that you want us to highlight. One thing we wanted to pull up here as well is this Fort Atkinson public safety referendum as well. We covered this, my colleague Tahlil Mahadin covered this over the weekend. This was a referendum to hire more than a dozen public safety personnel within the city of Fort Atkinson in Jefferson County. It looks like that race, with 100% of precincts reporting that referendum did go through and passed by about 53 to approximately 46%. You'll have to bear with me here. The screen is a little bit small on my end, so you can probably see it a little bit better than I can. And that is the public safety referendum in Fort Atkinson there. We'll scroll here. We've got the Lodi School referendum. We're scrolling through down to Marshall, Medina Township, and Partyville. Let's see. Again, if there's any races anybody wants us to shout out, chime in on the News 3 Now Facebook page, and we can pull those up. We'll go through here again. We're not seeing a lot of results in some of these smaller races here yet, but again, polls just closed an hour and 5 minutes or so ago. We'll switch over now to Dane County. We've got a number of Dane County supervisor races up this election cycle as well, so we'll kind of scroll through there. We have a close referendum, or a close race rather, in this Dane County Board District 20. Jeff Wygand, the incumbent, at this point down to his challenger. It's about 48.7% for Wygand versus 51.3% for Scott Michaelchek. That again with 62.5% of precincts reporting. Let's scroll through here. Let you just take a look. And again, if you want to follow along, we have this page built over on channel3000.com, so you can get these results anytime in the app, on our website, and they'll also be scrolling on the bottom of WISC TV's over-the-air feed. So if you're watching us on News 3 and on WISC TV, you'll see these results scrolling as they update throughout the night. For now, we'll continue to highlight these races here, scroll through, and give you kind of a quick look at what we're seeing here as of 9:07 p.m. Central Time here in Madison. And you can also see another race we're following. There are a number of mayoral races, including this one here in Stoughton. Our incumbent mayor in Stoughton is ahead by quite a bit here, although we only have a quarter of the precincts in the city of Stoughton in so far. We've got a request in for Boscobel mayor. We'll go over to that here in just a moment once we finish up through our quick scan through Dane County here. And now we'll go up to Boscobel would be Grant County. At this point, it is not looking like we have any results in for the Boscobel mayoral race. This is one of, I believe, over half a dozen mayoral races we're watching in our area. Of course, we've got Milwaukee, which we touched on earlier, Stoughton, which we just mentioned, Evansville, Portage, Reedsburg, Boscobel, like we were just talking about, and Lancaster as well. A lot of races, as you've seen as we've been scrolling through these results here, are uncontested. So of the 150 or so that we're watching, you're seeing a lot of these races are uncontested, a number of them from school boards, from judges, a number of different positions running unopposed for additional terms here this election cycle. We'll continue to scroll through these Grant County results until we see any others that folks want to check out. I know we've seen a lot of results coming in from Rock County, so we'll probably go there next. Again, another one we're watching, Lancaster Mayor. Again, no results in yet in that race. We've seen a number of results. Rock County was coming in pretty early, so why don't we go over to the Rock County tab. And scroll through here for starting with the Beloit City Council, and then down to Edgerton. We've got the Evansville mayoral race. It does not look like any results in that race at this point. We've got the Janesville Council, Milton Council. And if we're going too fast here, folks, feel free to let us know. We can always try to slow down our scrolling here a little bit to make sure that you're able to see everything, but of course we want to make sure that you're able to get through as many of these as possible, because as you can imagine, they are refreshing as we go through. So by the time we wrap up here, some of these will probably already be outdated, and we'll have to go through and refresh and show you a little bit more here. Again, if you want to check out any of these races, we have a tool up on channel3000.com. That's where all these are coming through, so these races will populate data in as it becomes available, so you can check on different local races and races of other significance to you across southern Wisconsin for this evening, and of course into tomorrow as well, depending on how long it takes for some of these results to populate and become available from their respective jurisdictions. Gets us through Rock County. We'll go up to check in on Columbia County. I haven't checked in yet to see if we've had too many results in yet. I know, again, one race we're watching in Columbia County is the Portage mayoral race. But it looks like, at least as of this moment, a lot of these Columbia County races are 0%, 0 votes, 0 precincts reporting. But again, it's only an hour and 11 minutes as we speak at this moment to when these polls closed here in Columbia County and across Wisconsin as well. Again, as we mentioned earlier, turnout was lower here than even last year in the spring election, which, as I mentioned at the top of this stream here, 4 p.m. Turnout was 14% in the city of Madison, down from 21% in 2021, according to the city clerk's office. As we scroll through Columbia County, and at this point, again, are not seeing any results from Columbia County at this juncture. So we'll go ahead and see if there's any in Columbia County yet, and if not, we'll jump back to Dane County, unless somebody else has any other races that you'd like us to hop over and check. Again, go over to the News 3 Now Channel 3000 Facebook page. Let us know if there are any results in particular that you want us to pull up for you here as we go through the evening. Let's go back. Actually, we haven't touched Sauk County yet on the stream, so we'll go ahead over to Sauk County and see if there are any results in yet. Reedsburg Mayor, 0 votes, 0 precincts. Let's see. Looks like Sauk County is not putting forth any results as of this moment, at least from what I'm seeing. So we will go back to some of the school board races that are going across the region here. And see where they stand. We've gotten a lot of results in, like I said before, out of Rock County. So we're seeing Beloit Turner, Clinton, back in Dane County, Deerfield, DeForest, nothing yet from Dodgeville. Evansville, we're seeing some results here for school board. Janesville School Board, Lodi. And then back to the Madison School Board races here. It looks like, if I'm making that out correctly, that's almost 90% of precincts reporting now. Laura Simkin is up by, what would that be, almost 71 points to just over 29% for challenger Shepard Joyner. For seat 3 of the Madison School Board, Allie Muldrow, currently on the Madison Metropolitan School Board, facing a write-in challenge here. One candidate we know of who's running in this race is David Blaska, with about 3/4 of precincts reporting Allie Muldrow significantly ahead in that race. We see Monroe School Board in Greene County. We'll go ahead and jump back up there. Monroe. All right, a request from Facebook for Monroe. Looks like as of right now we are not seeing any results in yet from Monroe for the school board race. But again, keep those requests coming if you have any races you'd like to see us pull up here for you here on the live stream here on Channel 3000 Plus, on our YouTube page, on the News 3 Now Channel 3000 Facebook page. Drop a comment here and let us know if there's anything in particular you want us to take a look at while we look at these results and these early returns together ahead of our 10 o'clock newscast. Richland Center, of course, a big number of races in there. I'm not sure if I'm seeing them on this page. Let's flip over to the Richland County page. Not seeing those. Let's see. Let's go back to referendum questions. We have a Black Earth referendum about fluoride in the water. It looks like 100% precincts reporting that passed by a wide margin, 72.5 to about 27.5%. Looks like the Broadhead Schools referendum is very close, still only about, what does that say, 16.7% of precincts reporting, but still one vote separating this race right now. So as somebody who grew up in rural Wisconsin, cast their ballot for the first time in rural Wisconsin, this just really goes to show you, and I can tell you from personal experience, that every vote matters, and you're seeing that here in this race for sure in Broadhead. Although, again, of course, results still, and these numbers are still pretty preliminary. We have mentioned here the Fort Atkinson referendum already. Again, this passed. This was the referendum that my colleague Tahlil mentioned over the weekend in a story on News 3 Now that involves hiring more than a dozen public safety personnel to help with fire, EMS response, etc. This referendum passed with 100% of precincts reporting. Looks like 1,290 instead of 3 or 5 votes to 1,127 against, about 53 to 46, 47% in that race. Number of close school referenda here this evening. Another one in Marshall. We'll see no results yet from Partyville, no results yet from Princeton, no results yet from River Valley, no results yet from Royal, no results yet from Rio. So we'll go ahead and skip back up there. We'll scroll back up here and you can see how all these races are broken down here. So if there's any you want us to highlight, or if you want to go check it out for yourself on channel3000.com, this is the way that the page is laid out. We've got the school board races, referendum questions, and then other races broken down here by county. We'll go ahead and go back to Milwaukee County and pull up the Milwaukee mayoral race and see if we're at 100% yet. Still only 97%. Let's see if we can refresh this page. Looks like a little bit more results in here, but hasn't appeared to change the margins significantly in favor of Bob Donovan. Acting Mayor Cavalier Johnson still ahead by quite a significant margin. Again, he's been acting mayor since the former mayor, Tom Barrett, stepped down to become the ambassador to Luxembourg. Go back up here to Dane County. Let's see. Again, there are a number of board supervisor seats up here as well. One I've been watching here tonight as well is incumbent Jeff Wygand from District 20. Still appears to be down by a couple points to challenger here by apparently about a 40 to 50 vote spread here as of 20 after 9 Central Time on April 5th. This is with 75% of precincts reporting. Not quite as close a race here in races for the seats in board districts 24, 25. Again, if there's any races folks want us to take a quick look at here, we can refresh the page. Just let us know here on the News 3 Now Facebook page. That's what we are following along with here, reading your comments. We've got, I believe we touched on Wanakee already, but we can go back and take a gander on that in case I missed it. Let's see if we have any more Stoughton mayoral yet. Our current incumbent mayor is ahead by quite a bit against his challenger in Stoughton. Let's go ahead and see. This is the bottom of the Dane County page, so we'll go back to school boards and pull up that Wanakee one in case I missed that one. Wanakee, the only one in the world, at the very bottom of the alphabet. Here we go. So we've got about a little over 3/4 of the precincts reporting here, and it looks like Kate Dotzler is ahead. Oh, they're all it's really a kind of a three-way race here. We've got our two incumbents here slightly behind. That's a margin, though, from first to second of only a couple dozen. So, it's, again, as we've kind of mentioned before, it shows you that in these low turnout races, whereas we've mentioned earlier, as of 4 p.m. turnout in the city of Madison, only around 14% of registered voters, it shows you that, you know, in these races, even when they aren't contested in some cases, or when they are in this case, that a couple votes can really make a big difference. So if you went out and voted, why don't you let us know in the comments on Facebook as well if you what you experienced. Were there significant lines? Were you in and out? Did you have to register at the polls? What number in line were you, if you happen to know that? I can tell you I was number 320 at my precinct on the in the city of Madison on the west side to register at the polls, and was in and out in 15 minutes, so no headaches from what I experienced. But let's see if you have any similar experiences, or if there was any headaches on your end. I know we've taken a couple calls from folks today about different ballot, or I guess different voting accessibility issues. So I know with the Madison Metropolitan School District, they're not using schools as polling places, so there have had to be some alternate polling places used as well today for that in the city of Madison.
Yeah. Thank you.
It sounds like we may be hearing a speech from Cavalier Johnson in Milwaukee. Let me see if we have that on one of our feeds. You may see these results disappear momentarily. Looks like you're hearing from Cavalier Johnson. Let me go ahead and pull that up full screen for you and mute myself.
Now
I'm joined here tonight by my wife, Dominique, and my children, and I could not have done this without them. They've given me their support, their love, and I hope that they know that I will always support them and love them in everything that they do. These kids right here, Oliver, Madison, and Bella. They're the reason for our very being. We want a home that is loving and nurturing and stable. That's what we work hard for every day. And we want our city also to be loving, to be nurturing, and to be stable too. That's why I ran for mayor. And now tonight we've taken a key step on the road towards renewing our city's promise. We've got a lot to do. We've got to address our crisis of gun violence and unsafe streets. We need to restore our neighborhoods. We need to create jobs and grow our city. And we also need to repair the broken relationship that we have with state government. That's what I've been talking about on the campaign trail. That's what I'll be working on in the mayor's office in the days, in the weeks, and the years to come. But let me take a moment here for gratitude. Of course, I'm grateful for my family, and Dominique, I love you. I love you in my heart. And thank you for all of the support that you've given me. I know it's been trying. Thank you for your support, and thank you for your grace. Kids, I know I've not been around as much as you like, and my job will still take me away more than we want, but please know that I'm doing this job not just for us, but for every family in Milwaukee, everyone. I am so eternally grateful as well to my campaign team and my team in the mayor's office, because this was very much a team effort. Very much, from maintaining a heavy schedule with all the preparation and the support that needs, to offering great advice and options when we have tough decisions in front of us, to making sure that we adhere to our strong values in every decision that we make. To all who have given me the honor of your time and sacrifice, I say thank you. I want to thank our volunteers as well, those who gave time to put up yard signs, to make phone calls, that knocked on doors, hosted meet and greets, gave your hard-earned treasure. To you, I say thank you. Thank you so much. I'll never forget the collective effort it took to get us to this moment, right here, right now. I want to thank the men and the women who paved the way for me to be victorious on this stage tonight. I'm talking about the Trailblazers. Trailblazers in Milwaukee's African-American community, elected and not elected, who walked the long trek so that I could both run as well as win. I stand, and I know I stand on the shoulder of giants in this community. Folks like Vel Phillips. Folks like Gwen Moore, Isaac and Marcia Cobbs, Mayor Marvin Pratt, and so many more. Most importantly, I want to thank you. I want to thank Milwaukee's voters. It's because of you that after a 176-year history in this city, a black man can stand and say that I've been elected to serve as our mayor because of you. But I didn't seek the office, though, of mayor because I am a black man, or even to be the first elected black mayor. Let's be real, though. The symbolism isn't lost on me, and it shouldn't be lost on anybody in this room either. This is an important moment in our city's history. So I hope that all the black and brown boys and girls who wake up tomorrow and they get ready for school, they do so knowing that what we've shown here today, that no matter where you live or how much or how little your parents make, and no matter the color of your skin, that in Milwaukee, there's a place for you too. I'm someone who has lived in the toughest experiences of those heartbreaking parts of our city. Gun violence has touched our family as victims. I know what it's like to be hungry and what it's like to move around more times than one can count. Coming from difficult neighborhoods where half of black men spend time incarcerated by the time that they reach my age, 35 years old, I know what it's like to escape those sort of statistics. But I also know what it's like to see friends and family members who succumb to those challenges and ultimately end up choosing the wrong path in life. I've lived that. I know that. I know what it's like to grow up and live in a rough neighborhood, to constantly be changing schools year after year after year, to have folks that I care about, but who also get caught up in the web of crime and violence that plagues far too many in our city. It's this perspective, it's this lived experience that's woven into my DNA, and I carry that with me. So whether I'm meeting with school kids, the men and women who sweep our streets, or corporate CEOs, that carries with me. And my calling is service, because I'm a son of this city. I'm a son of this city. And now we must continue our work. And so the next step is to listen. We know that safety and prosperity will be our guideposts, but we need every idea that we can get in order to achieve our goals. No idea is too big. No idea is too small. I want to hear from everyone. I want to hear from the small business owners. I want to hear from the union workers. I want to hear from teachers and nurses. I want to hear from the night watchmen and the early morning bakers, the city workers, the entrepreneurs, the executives, the lawyers, the doctors, those who serve school lunches, and those who drive the bus. Everyone. Because in this city, we all have a claim to stake. In this campaign, my refrain has been that we will be safer. We will be stronger. We will create more family supporting jobs, and we will be the best city in America. And I know that I've had the honor of being elected your mayor. The work only continues because we've got so much to do, and we must do it together. The truth is, the changes that we seek won't come as quickly as we want or as fast as some may need, but they will come. And we will not rest until we've built the city of our imagination, the city of our dreams, the city that all of us deserve. So tonight, we're celebrating, and tomorrow we continue the hard work of governing, the hard work of transforming our city into a place where all of our residents can thrive, where businesses the world over want to move to, and where every family can gather without fear of violence or crime marring our joy. Know this, although this work will take time, 2 years from now, Milwaukee will be a stronger city than it is today. And we'll do that with your help. Over the past 15 weeks, I've traveled every corner of Milwaukee, and I've met so many. I love you too, Mom. And I've met so many good-hearted, hard-working, community-minded people. This experience has reinforced what I already know about our neighbors, that we all want what's best for our families and what's best for Milwaukee. We can build on that. Collectively, we will make this city safer and wealthier. We can set Milwaukee on a course so that our children and our grandchildren will again enjoy a quality of life that we can be proud of. I want to take the enthusiasm, that we feel here tonight and channel that energy. So let's move forward. Let's build our economy. Let's grow our city. Let's respect our neighbors. Let's solve our challenges. When we do, we'll create a safer environment for our families, more growth for our businesses, more family supporting opportunities for our residents, and real stability in our neighborhoods. Because a healthy city will be a safe city. So let's do these things. Let's do all of these things, and let's do them together. So thank you again to my lovely wife, Dominique, to our kids, Oliver, Madison, and Bella, to my team, and to each and every single one of you, my fellow Milwaukeeans. Thank you so much. God bless you, and may God bless the city of Milwaukee. Let's get to work.
All right, you've been watching Cavalier Johnson declare victory in the Milwaukee mayoral race. He has been the acting mayor since former mayor Tom Barrett left Milwaukee to become the ambassador to Luxembourg. Again, those results, that race called, Cavalier Johnson declaring victory as Milwaukee's next mayor. We'll go ahead and flip back to our local results page here. Just give you one last look at one more race we've been following here for the Madison School Board. We have Laura Simpkin versus Shepard Joyner. This race here with nearly 90 or just over 95% of precincts reporting Laura Simpkin up near about 71% to Shepard Joyner's approximately, I believe that says 29%. We'll flip down to one more Madison School Board race here. Allie Muldrow, a current member of the Madison School Board, about 88% of the vote with 94% of the precincts reporting, facing a write-in challenger, one of them David Blaska. Again, at this point, Allie Muldrow significantly ahead with just under 94% of the precincts reporting. This has been kind of a quick wrap-up of some of our election results here across southern Wisconsin, the races we've been watching here in the News 3 Now and Channel 3000 newsroom. We'll have more results coming up here at the 10 o'clock newscast on Channel 3 and, of course, on channel3000.com on the very page that we are looking at here. We'll go ahead and leave you with that page full screen. So if you'd like to look along here for just a couple moments, we'll scroll through there and then leave you with those results, and we'll go ahead and wrap.